Welcome back to the channel, and for today is Mille Fiori, 1000 Flowers, the game from the Veer, where we have this very clean image here on the box where we see that ship that is sailing from what looks like some Venice kind of a city, and we see these talismans here, these trapezoids with colors because those will be the pieces that you will use in the game. So Mille Fiori is a game where you use these tiles to unlock actions, and then there's lots of chain reaction or actions chain with other actions for you to score the most points. Become a part of the story as a glass manufacturer, trader, produce glassware, trade and secure the support of the lagoon's inhabitants, finding the best way to build flourishing glass dynasty with a successful mix of strategy and tactics will be your closely guarded secret. So let's see what is inside Mille Fiori. There's also an expansion, never played with it, but I would like to. So I'll go step by step to show you how this game is played and what is inside. The Mille Fiori. Oh, there's a subtitle. I never realized that. So this is the Portuguese version of the manual. Says the sparkling lagoon. Maybe when they made this, they were aiming to do like several Mille Fioris. Maybe, who knows? Okay. So yeah, this is a large setup page. Although the board doesn't occupy that much, but yeah. Very simple, it's a very clean manual. The text is very small, so you see there's lots of empty space here. And then it explains all the kinds of actions that you can do. And I'll go them one by one when we are looking into the board. So there's the board. I like to leave it open here a little bit because in order to make it breathe a little bit and for you to consume it with your eyes, because not sure if this is passing through the camera, but when you're looking into it, it's really, really beautiful, full of little details. See, this is basically the map of the city, which in my opinion is Venice, because you have the water around the canals, you know, it is Italian, Mille Fiori, etc. You have the gondola, so let's say this is Venice. And then you see the coloring here, that's because you have the different sections of the city, and all of them will do a different action. And then around the city you have the score points, and here there's another track here, which is the shipment track. Okay. So what I'll do next is, because this is too much for me to explain from a distance, I'll deep dive on in all of these areas in the city and explain to you how the game works. But before going there, it's important for you to realize that this game has a draft mechanic. So there are these hundreds of cards here, which are sleeved now. And on the other side, they have the different colors of the city. See the orange there, the purple right there, the blue here, then the green, light green, dark green, etc, etc, etc. So the base mechanic of the game is in the beginning of your round, of your turn, you'd have, depending on the number of players, you have some cards in your hand and you choose one. You keep it in a secret and you pass to the left the remaining cards. Then everyone reveals the card that they've chosen, like Sushi Go, and then you place the tile of your color in the corresponding area. So in this case, it will be there on the orange. Okay, and then you continue doing this until you have all the cards have rotated hands, and the last one there you get is discarded to the side, or where there's a market here on the side. Some cards will be here on the market. Okay, we start with around 9 cards, and the ones that you discard go there. So later on there will be triggers where you can fetch those visible cards and chain your actions. Okay, so this is the basic mechanic of the game. So now let's see each of those areas in detail. So for the sake of these examples, I'll be the orange player. Okay, so this will be my on my setup. I'll have access to these tiles here. Not all of them, only 27, because 3 of them, you have 30 in total, 3 of them will go back to the box, and the game triggers, the game end triggers when you place the 27th piece. When a player places that, the round will continue till the end, and so you are able to place more tiles if you want, but then you need to go get them from the box, okay? But then you only start with 27 in order to know where the trigger is when you are left out of tiles, trigger the end game. There's also a ship there from your color. I'll explain once you get to the ship area. And there's also this thing that is your where to mark your score. One thing that I noticed is that you easily go beyond 100 points. So I don't know how exactly to score beyond that. The strategy that I use is we started standing and then we lie down once you cross, etc. But anyway, if I'm missing something here, please let me know in the comments because I would like to know. Okay, so yeah, specifically now about this section. So here it is, you play when you have orange cards. Could be the fire card, powder, the crystal, or this thing, which I don't know what it is. Maybe this is the powder and this is something else. Okay. And so if you have this, for example, then you can choose any of these places that look like this one, and you can place your tile there, your crystal there, like that. And then later on, and you score then 1 point for placement, like Azul. And it's specifically very similar to Azul because later on in another round, if you, for example, want to use this card, then you can choose any of the crystals. But if you choose this one here, for example, which is adjacent to a previous one of your color, you score another point. Then later on, if you use this card, then you can place a fire anywhere. But if you place this one here, then you have 3 connected and you get 3 points. So again, very similar to Azul, where you need to connect the tiles of your color. Okay, but there's a different strategy here, which is instead of connecting like crazy, if you manage to make it around, for example here, around this symbol is the symbol of the free card. So if you close a free card, you can get to that marker that is on the side and you can get another card, and you use that card immediately anywhere, not necessarily here, but could be anywhere. So you can chain another card, which is another action that will trigger another bonus, which could be another card. So you can continue like this forever if you play it well. Okay, and there's another symbol here, which is the powder, or this here, which is, for example, here. So if you score that, you will, instead of just getting 1 point, you get 2 points for each of the adjacent tiles. So in this example, instead of getting 4, you get 8 points. Okay, so that's really cool. Another cool thing is that all the areas that you'll see will have a region like that, which will say that if you use the 4 tiles, you are the first one. If you are the first one to get the 4 different ones, you'll be the one getting there to the 20 points, and you score 20 points immediately. Then the next one will score only 15, 10, and the last one this. Okay, so it's also a race for you to get the 20 points, which makes a lot of difference. Let's continue to purple. Okay, purple. So the purple track is very simple. The cards are very similar. They have the purple symbol there, but without any, just one symbol, which means that you just place your tile in the next available space. So if I'm the first one, I'll place here and I get 2 points. But then if I manage to place it again next to my previous purple, not purple, sorry, my tile placed on purple. So in this case, I would get 4 plus 2. And then if all the other players continue sleeping and I manage to put another one here, that means I'll get 3, 4, and 7 and 9. I'll get more 9 points. And this continues as long as any other player comes here and blocks me with a different color, which I'm just opening here another bag to represent the example. So if another player comes here, he would score 5, and then it breaks my chain. So if I go there next, I only get 1 point. Oh, all sad. Yeah. Then you also have this area here, which is the area of the biggest contribution, but it works a little bit different. So if you get 3, the first time you get 3 different numbers, like here, for example, 2, 4, and a 3. It's 3 different numbers. I get an extra card. Then if I get 4 different numbers for the first time, I'm the first one coming here and putting my tile. So in this example, I would do that because it's 2, 4, 3, and 1. So I get 4 different ones, and I'm able to put my piece there. And then if you get 5 different ones, which would happen if I, for some reason, managed to put, let me see here, okay, but the other players would need to fit, and I have the 5, the 1, the 3, the 4, and the 2, or it could be the 10 as well. I would get a free extra card. Now we get to the green side of the city, where you have like the market, 2 markets. This is the light green market, and then there's the dark green market. And the cards also reflect that. So these are the dark green cards and cards for the light green. Okay, so you see the symbols there represent the symbols you see here. So the strategy in this section is, for example, I get this card and I need to first start filling the bottom row in either the greens. So with this gargoyle kind of thing or griffin, I would put there. Okay, so then another player needs to either fill any of the bottom ones, so for example here, and when I say either player is because it could make sense for another player to come here and fill this. So in this example I would say that the purple would fill that one using this card. And then because I've created the base of a pyramid, now later on, if I have this card, for example, which I'm getting here from the side, corresponding to that symbol, I can fill the top row, the middle row here for this symbol. So what's happening here in terms of scoring? When you put a piece on the lower row, it's 1 point. If you put a piece on the middle row, it's 3 points. And if you manage to get to the top of the pyramid, it's 6 points. Okay. So in this example, this guy placed, the orange player placed this griffin, so he gets this scoring. But because he is matching the symbol, he gets it twice, so he would get 2 points. But he could use this card to put here or anywhere else, okay? And he would just score 1. But because he's matching, he scores 2. Same thing with purple. Purple used this and score 2. But now, the orange player used this to put on the middle because he filled the base of the pyramid, so he can put above. And he's matching the symbol, so he's scoring twice. He's scoring 3 twice, so it's 6 points. But everything will score again inside the pyramid. So he would score 1 point again here. It's not multiplied, it's just the ones that you see there, 1 point. And then the purple player also will score 1 point here again, okay? And probably you already seeing that in order for you to reach that, you need to fill the bigger base of the pyramid with 2 more pieces here in future plays in order for the top to be available for everyone. But if another player comes and fills that, or in this example, if the purple player fills, so he would get twice or just once the points here, which will be 6, and then everyone here will get the points again. Okay, but the benefit of you to fill out the top of the pyramid not only is the points, but also you get access to an extra card that you can use immediately. And it works the same way here. The only difference is that the symbols are different, the color is slightly different. And then in terms of the race here, once you get the 3 different symbols with your color, or the 3 different symbols with your color, you can go there and get the 20 points or less, or you can come here and get the 20 points or less. Let's get to the blue zone with the blue cards. So the cards have the symbol that correspond to these columns here. So meaning that if the orange decides to use this, he needs to choose which of these rows he wants to put is glass, so it could be here, like this. And then another player could have a different card and choose also which row he wants to put, right? The rules will matter once we explain this side here, but for now, for scoring here, that's what happens. And so then if for some reason you have a symbol and you place another one, like for example here, so if I as orange use this one, place that, and then later on I use this one and I place it here, then the scoring happens this way. So once you put 1, it's 1 point, okay? But then when you put a second one in the same column, you score by the number of times that item has been filled. So in this example, the first one would be 1, and then when I put the second one would be 2. Similar to what we saw there on the oranges. The thing is, in this example, if instead of the orange player to be the one putting the second swan was the purple one, he would get 2 points, but then this player will get 1 point because he already has that. He was the one there first. And then if there is a third one put there, that guy would get 3, and then the owner of this would get 1, and the owner of this would get 1. Okay, so you need to play strategically in order to get the most points. The way you get free cards here is by what the manual says when you do a good deal. For example, here, in this example, the swan column has 2 oranges. So if I decide to go here using this card, that means that I'm giving two points to that player, to the orange player, because he has 2 cards, I get 3, he gets 2, okay, he didn't do anything, but he gets 2. So I'm putting less than whatever already exists. It's not a tie, it's only when you put less. That means that's a good deal for everyone and you get that extra card. And for the extra points here, if you get to the 4 different ones, you get the 20 points, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, now we get here to the side to see the boat. So when the game starts, all the players will have their own boat here, and then the boat cards will look like these. They look like more on the purple side of things. This means that you need to choose one of the rows and prepare a ship, which would be, for example, like this here. I would put mine, and then I move the ship the number of spaces that you see here. So I need to just adjust here a little bit. So in this example, if I use this card, I place there, prepare the ship, and then I would move 5. I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you see there are 1 point here to get. So if you aim correctly, you can get like 3 points, 10 points, or you can even get an extra card. And there's the dead end here on the left side, which would end there. Okay, I can't show you yet. There's, oh, yeah, it ends with an extra card and 10 points. So really useful if you get there to the end. Okay, and what is the reason for you to prepare the ship? So once you continue playing cards there, another ship and another ship, eventually there will be a ship that has 3 crystals, and so is ready to sail. And the way this works is, in this example, so there are 3 prepared to sail from the orange player. So you would look into the card and see that ship, which means this row here, how many types of merchandise is carrying. So he is carrying the earrings and the swan. So that makes 2. So that means that you have 3 ships times 2, which are worth 3 each. So it will be 3 times 3, it will be 9 points. Okay. But then if the example were something like this here, the purple player also saw an investment opportunity on that ship by using the last card. It triggers then the ship being launched, and then the way it calculates is different. You have 2 orange multiplied by 3 there, because each shipment is 3. You have 2 different merchants, 2 different types of supply, and they are worth 3. So the orange would get 6, and the purple player would get 1 times 3 points. Okay, so on the ideal scenario where the boat gets fully supplied like this, there are the 4 types of merchandise there. That means that you will get 10 points. So the orange player will get 2 times 10, 20 points, and the purple player will get 1 times 10, 10 points. So really take the opportunity on the right timing to get the ships and launch it and have that on your benefit, either by investing on the launch or investing on the merchants that they are taking. And that's it. So there's no extra points here, because these kind of bonus don't exist on the ships. You get the bonus from the track here below. So then the game ends when someone places the 27th tile. Everyone plays until the last, all the complete round, and you just see the scores. And that's it. That's Mille Fiori. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and this game to the point that you hit that like button and consider subscribing. So I have a very big playlist for lots of board games to explain what is inside, how they look, etc., as well as for the major card games out there. And recently I launched a new kind of content which I call the Table Talks, where I'm interviewing people while playing board games online to get to know their stories, their profiles, their experience, what's happening in their life, exciting things, and share with the whole world. So I definitely think that you'll find interesting content there in the channel to consider subscribing and to be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye.